What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. As always, it's Gordon Xavier here to support you in living your life. Living, not so much, living on autopilot, but like fully here and engaged, joyfully and consciously. I want to share with you all something that I haven't talked a whole lot about on this channel, but it's actually been a really beautiful catalyst to a lot of growth in my life, and that's my relationship with marijuana, my relationship with ganja, herb, that good, what's another name for Mary Jane, I have a beautiful relationship with this medicine, and that's where I want to start first and foremost. Is I want to acknowledge cannabis as medicine. A lot of people, I think, I think first and foremost, the world has gotten, ganja has gotten a bad rep in the world because people don't know how to use it. And there's a lot of ignorance revolving around it. So, if I take a very powerful piece of machinery used to cut trees down, chainsaw, right? And I don't know how to use it, it can be quite dangerous. It can do some damage to me. If I'm cutting the tree down wrong or something with this thing I don't know how to use, I can cut myself, I can injure myself, I can cut the tree down, and because I don't know what I'm doing, the tree can fall on me and injure me. Same thing goes with ganja, marijuana, cannabis. It's a tool. It is a tool that it requires wisdom and guidance to work with. Right, and it should be respected as that. So that's the place I'm coming from in this video. And don't get me wrong, I have used ganja to get high. I've used marijuana to get lit and to have fun and to party, to escape. I have had many experiences with ganja doing those things. However, at this stage in my life, because of the inner work I've done in other areas, I've had these beautiful shifts in consciousness that allows me to see ganja differently and with more honor and reverence and sacred, respect. And yeah, I want to share just perspective revolving around it today, and a few things that I found the utilization of this medicine. Yeah, a few things I found to be beneficial. Right. I think I'll start there. I'm gonna share benefits that I've had from using this medicine to bring perspective to it. I think the first thing that I would say that I've learned from my relationship with Mary Jane is I've learned myself. Bob Marley says the herb shows you yourself. Whenever I sit with this medicine, anything that's not being explored energetically within me, anything I'm avoiding, anything I'm resisting, it exposes itself. It's like revelation. I think of this plant as a living being. It's an entity. There's a consciousness. There's a spirit. It's a spirit plant. There's a consciousness that comes with this plant. And so when I inhale it or ingest it, I invite this consciousness into my own body to cooperate with me. Right? There's my consciousness and there's the added consciousness of the plant. And now there's these two energies or entities in this vehicle moving things around and influencing one another. And so whenever I receive that consciousness, it's like it has a conversation with me, and it points out these different things in my life in which maybe you're out of alignment, maybe are in alignment, but there's a conversation that takes place. And if you're ignorant and you don't know how to listen to the plant, then it can be overwhelming. It can cause you paranoia. You get scared. Right? The paranoia, if you experience paranoia, right? If you've worked with this plant, if you experience paranoia, it's because the consciousness entered into your body and you didn't make space for it. When I received ganja first thing I do is I sit still for several moments. I breathe. I make any sounds that just naturally want to arise in me. I slow down and I invite ganja in. And I make space for my guest. Right? It's ganja's a guest when I ingest it. In doing so, it's easier to have a conversation. And I make sure I stay open to the input that ganja has for me. Those of you who experience paranoia, you didn't make space for it. And now it's coming in and it's just wrecking your house. It's pretty much pointing out all this stuff. It's like, hey, you have some leftover cheese over here. It's getting moldy. Hey, this your friend is over here and they want to talk to you. Hey, you got other people and and so it's pointing out all these things. And next, it's overwhelming. It's like, I'm paranoid. I'm looking everywhere. I can't be focused and centered in my own beingness. It's hard to be more secure. So that's first things first with ganja. Is like, it's spirit medicine, and it's a guest when you invite it in. And then when you invite it in, make space and prepare to have a conversation. Prepare for ganja to tell you things. And like Bob Marley said, the herb shows you yourself. Secondly, one of the things that ganja does for me that I find to be really supportive is it puts me in my body. It really forces me to, remember, hey, I have a physical body. Oftentimes in my day-to-day life, I find myself getting really wrapped up in my agenda, or wrapped up in ideas, maybe the future or the past. And whenever I smoke, ganja's like, oh, no, back in your body. Go back in your body right here, right now. Feel your arms, feel your legs, Oftentimes I find myself wanting to dance after I smoke, right? I want to, or stretch or do something. It really puts me in my body. It's like, hey, feel that tension in your low back, stretch that out. Hey, feel that tension in your neck, roll it out. Hey, you're dehydrated. You feel how dry your mouth is. You feel how hard it is to breathe. You need more water. Right? Ganja will invite you to check in with your body. Number 3, I find ganja to really support me in feeling into my life. One thing about ganja is it triggers sensitivity in our nervous system and in our brains. We're just more sensitive, right? We can sense more. It enhances psychic ability. It triggers and activates empathy in a way that walking around sober does not. It triggers sensitivity, and I found I've been able to, I've had really heart-opening conversations with friends. It's a great way to bond with people, right? A lot of people enjoy smoking ganja with a friend, right? Or with a group or a community. It's a great way to bond because everybody becomes more sensitive and opened up. And so we tend, I'll smoke with friends here in Hawaii, and we'll tend to be sillier. We'll tend to be more childlike and play. We'll get in our bodies. We'll freestyle. We'll put some music on, get musical, right? It's a great way to bond with people because you're more sensitive. You're able to sense what's happening in your heart more. Once again, ganja shows you yourself, right? So you're able to sense what's happening in your heart more. You're able to sense what's happening in your body. You can sense what's going on in your mind. You're just more, your consciousness can pick up on more. So it's a beautiful tool to support you in breaking out of patterns, to breaking down intense emotions with your friends or with a family member. It can help you be more attuned. So I think these are the 3 that I feel inspired to share in this video. These are the 3 benefits that come to mind with most ease and clarity. But there's many more benefits that I've experienced, and I'll reflect and contemplate and maybe come up with a list of things that I've experienced to be beneficial with ganja. Now, those are the benefits. I also want to speak to some of the dangers, right, or some of the ways ganja can get in the way. In my experience in my life, I've been through a lot of pain. Right? I've been through a lot of things in my life that have been tough. Losing my mom at age 7, going through turmoil with my dad as as we continue to avoid the pain, and it began to come out in addictive behaviors like drinking or fighting or whatever it may be. So I've experienced a good deal of pain, and just like a lot of us have, just like you, I'm sure have. And one thing I've noticed in my past that I've done is I've used ganja to kind of escape from that pain, to feel good, to relax, to enjoy food. I'd smoke and then eat. I'd smoke and watch television. I'd smoke and just, kind of hang out and not be intentional, right? I do it just to feel good, to feel stimulated. And so that can get in the way of your growth and a healthy lifestyle, because pain is not meant to be ran from. It's meant to be experienced. Any experience you're having in your life is meant to be experienced. It's experience. So it's meant to be fully experienced and digested and processed till completion. But a lot of us will run in the middle of the process, and then we'll run to things like ganja, like alcohol, like food. Anything can be dangerous, just like anything can be beneficial. So that's one of the things I found to be dangerous about ganja. If ignorant, and if not coming at this plant with respect and honor for the sacred spiritual being that it is, if you don't come at it with that, chances are you're just going to use it and abuse it and use it to entertain yourself, which is nothing wrong with that, but it can become a pattern that can get in the way of important processes in your life. So that's one of the dangers I've noticed. And two, of course, it's smoke. So if you're smoking a lot, man, it's going to do some damage to your lungs. If you're smoking a lot, it can cause your cardio to be poor. It can clog up different membranes inside of your lungs and your heart. And it can do damage. And so there's been times where I remember I've been choking. I'd be right. I'd be right? And it'd hurt, it'd be burning in here. It'd be like, damn, my lungs don't like this, right? So they can do some damage in those ways too. So that's one thing to be mindful of. And the third thing, I'll leave it to three and three. Three benefits and three dangers I've noticed is if I overuse it, it can just make me lazy. I found that it can be overstimulating. That's where the laziness comes from. When it doesn't matter what it is in life, it can be ganja, it can be television, it can be food. If you're overstimulated with something, it's going to fry your system. And when your system's fried, it's hard to circulate energy to go do stuff. It's hard to be energetic and to be focused in your life. And so, it can be dangerous in that way, right? Of overstimulating you, frying your nervous system, and next thing you know, you're tired all the time and you're not present. You have brain fog because you're scrambled, you're fried. They call getting high fried sometimes, Like I remember when I was a teenager, I'd be smoking with friends, when I was like 19. We'd be on the couch and be like, bro, I'm fried right now, bro. I am zooted. I'm gone. Right? And it, we found it funny at the time, but like, look what you're saying. I'm fried, No, I don't want to be fried. You know what I mean? Like I fry eggs, I fry fries, we go to McDonald's to have things fried. You know what I mean? Like if your computer was fried, it would be damaged. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be damaged. You know what I mean? Like I want to heal. This is a healing journey for me. So I'm not going to use this medicine to fry myself. And I don't want to be gone. So yeah, just that's one of the things to be aware of. And like I said, ultimately, it just takes discipline, awareness, intentionality, and especially in the beginning, guidance. Receive guidance with how to use ganja from someone who's using it from a sacred place, not someone who's like, just using it to get, excuse my language, but fucked up. You know what I mean? Like people want to get, we want to get loose and turn, and I know for me, where I'm going in my life, that's not okay with me. That's not within my integrity. I don't want to do that to myself. I want to support myself. I love myself. I don't want to break myself down and tear myself down and put obstacles in my way. So, without making this too long of a video, these are three benefits that I found with my relationship with ganja, and I've also three things that I found to be damaging and destructive. And I think this is an important conversation to have and open up in the world because people use it. Kids, teenagers, they're going to get their hands on it. I mean, it's just it's ubiquitous. It's abundant. It's everywhere. Everyone's smoking, you know. And as much as some people who are traditional and conservative don't want to accept that, that's the reality. And it's a plant, and it's here. It's here for usage, you know. Just like every plant, everything in this existence serves a purpose. You know, God made everything intentionally. You know, I believe that. I believe everything was designed intentionally, and just because I don't understand the purpose, the functionality of that design, doesn't mean it's not there. And so, with ganja, it's no different. It has a purpose, and it serves a purpose. And in my perspective, in my experience, it serves a purpose of being medicinal and uplifting and you know, recalibration. It helps you recalibrate. It helps me recalibrate. So yeah, these are 3 benefits, 3 things to look out for. I hope this information serves you and allows you to use ganja with more respect and intentionality, and for you to get some dope benefits out of working with this gift that's been given to all of us. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Nothing but love here for you, and until next time, peace.